Wednesday. Hey guys, I'm Brad. It's February 25th. That's gonna be too loud still. It's February 25th of 28 days later, drawing at least one sketch card every day for February. And where am I at? Yesterday was a big day. I finished up my Topps baseball. I did 40 cards total. Better relax a little, kick back. I did 40 cards total for Topps baseball. I just mailed them off. It feels like a pretty big relief to have that done. It was a fun set actually, and I was pretty happy with what I did this time around, but at the same time, if I could turn back the clock, I would have. We initially agreed on 20 cards, and I wish I would have stuck with that, because there's not enough incentive to double up the amount of work, I guess is what I'm saying. Not that it was a hard deadline or anything, and they were totally cool to deal with. It was just my error, because I ended up having to cram a lot more than I wanted to this month to do it in order to get those done and still be able to get my commissions and stuff done. So that's good. It's good learning for me, and it's also been good to keep me on point, and that's part of the reason I decided to do that this month was, to make sure I was busy enough. I love this song, but it is a little bit too distracting. I can't even follow my train of thought. So we'll go back to the usual. Anyway, it's Wednesday. Now normally when I finish a big set like that, not that that's huge, but you know what I mean, when I hit a deadline and get done with something, it's like I feel like relieved and I want to like take a day off. But now that I'm doing this sketch card a day, I don't get days off. And not only that, but because I've got a couple other things I got to do tonight, it's actually going to be a rather busy night again, I think. I do kind of have a lot of things on my mind as we wind down with the month here, and that is like, where do I go from here? And I've alluded to this a little bit before, but I think I'm going to keep going in some regard, and I'm just trying to figure out, like I'm brainstorming a little bit each day, kind of trying to figure out exactly how I want, what my plan is going to be going forward. I think for starters, I'm thinking I'm going to just parlay this into 100 days of sketch cards, and kind of switch the name of it mid-go. I'm 28, once this month is over, I'll be 28 days in, so that's a good chunk towards 100. I might as well keep rolling. At the same time, I'm kind of going, man, do I want to do 100 days without a break? Maybe it'll be nice to have a day for a break there, and maybe that, wouldn't count against me. And another thing, too, that I alluded to this a little bit in an earlier video, too, is some of the problems that are arising. By setting a daily goal of getting a sketch card done, it's caused me to take a backwards approach at times. So good for instance is on Monday when I had only 2 cards left to do for this set, and then just touch-ups on the whole thing. I had some backgrounds to do and stuff like that. It would have made a lot more sense for me to finish my 2 cards on Monday and then spend yesterday, the last day, working on it, doing all the touch-ups and background stuff at once. But because I wanted to do a card a day, I saved that one last card to do yesterday, and that made yesterday a little harder than it needed to be. If I could have taken the day off of getting a card completed or whatever, then I wouldn't have met my monthly goal, but I would have made better use of my time the last 2 days in getting finished with this set. So I don't know, it's just something on my mind. Do I want to set such a strict goal that I have to circumvent my own rules to make it work? I'm not really sure. Looking forward, like I said, I think I'm going to parlay into 100 days of sketch cards. But because of everything I just said, maybe it's just going to be a little bit looser, like 100 days of doing at least a half hour or at least an hour on sketch cards. And that way I don't have to feel like I'm tied to this get one finished idea. I do like that too, though. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of brainstorming. I'm thinking out loud right now. And the other thing is there's been a lot of talk with other artists online, especially recently. Just today there's a good discussion going on, Sketch Card Fanatics. And I'm just kind of trying to learn from other artists and how they do things. And one big thing in my mind that I think this is what I'm going to do for March to challenge myself further and kind of, how do I say this? So within my 100 days, I think I'm going to have mini challenges each month. Or maybe not, I don't know. But what I was thinking is I really want to do some experimenting with different mediums, different styles, different anything, but still within my own scope and within my knowing my own skills and stuff like that. So I think, I can't remember if I talked about this or not, or if I just was thinking about it to myself. That's funny. So I hope I'm not repeating myself, but I'm not going to do stuff that's so wild and crazy. It's just like experimenting for the sake of experimenting. I'm not going to go take a bunch of sticks out in the woods and do this giant stick drawing and leave it there. That would be a neat experiment, but that does nothing for me right now as an artist in the direction I'm heading. What I might do is pick up a different medium and try it on a sketch card, or try a different color combination than I normally would, or a different subject matter than I normally would. So I want to incorporate experimenting into my next project. And at the same time, I've got 3 new sets I'm going to be working on next month. I'm not doing a huge amount for any given set. Sorry, here I go again. But at the same time, I still need to get those done. And on the set work, I can't do too much experimenting. So that's going to be a little tricky to make it all tie in. But I do want to make some time for experimenting, still keep getting my set work done, and yet I still have a day job and a life and medical drawings to get to, which still take time, but they don't tie into any of this. You know what I mean? I'm not going to start doing my medical drawings on a sketch card. Wait a minute. Maybe I could. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, those are just some jumbled thoughts about where I'm headed, and I've got a couple days to figure it out. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to talk right now. I've got one other thing on my mind, but let's save it. I'm already pushing 10 minutes. So, all right. Thanks for watching. The 5 of you who are 5 might be kind of generous. I know there's a few of you who are watching pretty much every day, and that's cool. And I'd like to get more viewers at some point too, but it's not the most important thing either. I am getting more. I don't know if the videos have anything to do with it. I think more just my production. I do feel like I'm getting more, what is the word I'm looking for? Not fans, but more exposure with my art, and I'm getting more emails and requests and commissions and things like that. So that's awesome. I don't mean to dog on nobody's watching my videos. It's not quite like that. I'm definitely progressing, but don't really have a following yet on my videos either. But here I am just like staring at myself, so I could be part of it. I don't have any fancy fancy special effects on my videos yet. Alright, talk to you guys tomorrow.